Some places pull you in, not just with their beauty, but with their ghosts, their history, the weight of what happened within their walls. This is Château du Rivau, a fortress with secrets, a stage for legends, a place where the echoes of Joan of Arc still linger, and if you listen closely, you might just hear them. Let's answer its call together and dive deep into Château du Rivau, right here on Saving Castles. The architecture here isn't trying to compensate for anything. It's not the biggest or the most ornate, but it is as perfect as a castle gets. These walls have been standing since the 13th century as part fortified castle, part residence, and they've seen a lot. The round towers, the machicolations, they're all original. At first glance, Château du Rivau invites you with a dreamlike charm. Turrets piercing the sky, gardens that show all sorts of colors. But this place wasn't built for romance. This was a stronghold, a sentinel in France's long, bloody history of war. It was built as a medieval fortress that meant business. Among the great castles of the Loire Valley, the chateau is one of the oldest. In the 15th century, it was built to look like the structure we see today, near Chinon, where King Charles VII of France used to live. Part of the iconic Loire Valley castles, the chateau stands today as a privately owned castle and has been renovated for the past 30 years by the Legno family. Back in the 15th century, castles weren't about luxury, they were about survival. Château du Rivau wasn't a pleasure palace, it was a war machine. Positioned strategically, it controlled access to key routes and defended against English forces during the 100 Years' War. This was a launch pad for warriors, and, as fate would have it, a place tied to one of the most fascinating figures in history, Joan of Arc. In 1429, at the height of the 100 Years' War, France was fractured, barely holding itself together under the weight of English invasion. And then, out of nowhere, a teenage girl from Domremy rides onto the scene, claiming to be sent by God to save the country. Joan of Arc. And what does she need? Horses. Trained, battle-ready war horses. And she got them right here, at what was called the Royal Stables of France, Château du Rivau, a place not just of stone and mortar, but of momentum, of movement, where history galloped forward on the backs of the very horses she rode into legend. If these walls could talk, they'd tell you stories of thunderous hooves, sweat-slicked leather, and warriors preparing for battle. The old stables of Château du Rivau weren't just a place to keep horses. They were a war room, a training ground, the engine of medieval combat. The horses that carried Joan of Arc and her troops into the fire of war weren't delicate show ponies. They were muscular destriers bred for strength, speed, and the sheer force needed to charge straight into enemy lines. The stalls, once filled with the restless energy of battle-ready horses, have stood the test of time. The scent of hay may be gone, but if you stand still long enough, you can almost hear the snorts of anxious steeds, the scrape of armor against wood, the murmurs of men placing their bets on the next skirmish. Now it's a place of quiet reflection, a stark contrast to the raw power it once contained. But war is exhausting, and even warriors need a drink. Beyond Rivau's militaristic past, the chateau was also a thriving agricultural domain, and at its heart was the wine press, or pressoir. Picture it. Freshly harvested grapes hauled in from the surrounding fields, dumped into the massive wooden press, their skins bursting under the weight of ancient machinery. The juice, thick and fragrant, dripping down into barrels, waiting to transform into something bold and intoxicating. The Loire Valley's wines are famous now, but back then, this was alchemy, turning earth and sun into liquid gold. Step inside, and you'll find a place that's been everything. Fortress, family home, museum. The Great Hall, where medieval lords and ladies once dined, still holds its ancient fireplace and tapestries that have absorbed centuries of whispered conversations. And then there are the private chambers, where one can only wonder what secret conversations took place, who was betrayed, who plotted their next move, who stood by a window, watching the horizon, knowing war was coming. So many questions, most of which can only be answered by the clues left in the stone and timber. And then there's this, the gardens. 15 of them, each with its own theme, spreading out over 7 hectares. It's quite a transformation for this castle. Once a place of preparation for war, now a space dedicated to beauty, mythology, art. The current owners of the castle have filled these gardens with contemporary art installations, giant vegetables, abstract sculptures. It's like Alice in Wonderland meets medieval fortress. You walk through the Garden of Love, the secret garden, the enchanted fairy tale-inspired pathways, and it hits you. This place, built for conflict, now thrives on peace. It's a reminder that history isn't just about battles and bloodshed. It's about what comes after, about renewal, about finding a way to make something beautiful out of something built for war. Now, if you're watching this and thinking about visiting, and you should be, here's what you need to know. The castle's about 50 kilometers from Tours. Get a car or take a train to Chinon and grab a taxi. Get there early, take your time, walk the grounds, listen to the silence. Plan for at least half a day here. You don't rush a place like this. After soaking in centuries of history, you can taste it too. Chateau du Rivau has 2 incredible dining options. La Table des Fées offers simple pleasures, lunch under the shade of aromatic plants, a casual, friendly atmosphere where you can enjoy the freshest regional ingredients. Then there's the Secret Garden, a refined gourmet escape, a culinary homage to the gardens of the Loire Valley, changing with the seasons. And if a few hours here aren't enough, you can stay the night or a few nights right in the chateau. The 4-star hotel at Château du Rivau offers an experience like no other. 7 luxury rooms, each inspired by Renaissance and medieval legends, blending period refinement with modern comfort. Some places are just places, and some places like Château du Rivau remind you that history isn't just something you read about. It's something you stand inside, something you breathe in. Joan of Arc was here. Warriors passed through these gates, and now, centuries later, you can too. The question is, what will you take away from it?